stop it.
People in history. So it's like, it's just such fate for me. I can't believe I haven't listened to that. But I mean, Hardy wrote some. He was sort of delighting in the fact that math will never be certain kind.
God damn it. Hey, Oda, was that you over there on TikTok? Hey, Oda, is that you over there on TikTok? Are you up on Adderall at damn 3:40 in the morning, Oda? Why is this so blurry? Hold on. Someone in Missouri named Your Mom Roni. So I think that's Oda. I forget what her last name is. Roni something. I have it stashed away. These people, they just can't stop. They cannot. Their butt hurt is so severe. They can't take it. They can't take it. I sent you this message before I blocked you, Oda. I said, girl, are you up on that Adderall? LOL. And then I blocked you. The only reason I knew it was for real, Oda, is because she was following Misfit Beck Live. Oda, you are just a busy bee, ain't you, girl? I remember back in the day, you're almost as bad. I didn't even really think about you, honestly, when I was making fun of Rachella for being on here so much. Girl, are you over there still doing dirty work for Linda Anderson for some money? Is that what you're doing, Oda? Remember when you put all your Adderall in a daily calendar, Oda, and like showed me that you weren't abusing it while your teeth were chattering and clenched? That's funny. Hey, Oda, or Ronnie, what would you prefer to be called? Are you around? You can come in here. You don't have to like follow me over there on TikTok like you're going to spook me or something, girl. Come on over. I'll give you a few minutes. Smoking a joint here. I've been cleaning and stuff. Fell asleep, woke back up at like 12 something. And just as soon as I got on TikTok, it was like a stalker was spying on me. Oda's over there following me. And I see she's got some videos up since like 2024 or something. And I was like, bye, bitch. But Oda, I know you used to be in Miss Fucking Wonderfuls. Wasn't you a mod for her, Ronnie? Ronnie, whatever. What a horrible name that is. I prefer Oda. Huh. Yeah, I remember you were literally on here more than fucking Rachella. Let me see what I remember about you. I know you would do anything for a buck. Didn't you sell out? Aren't you like a revenge porner, like a suicide troll too? Didn't you like sell out Elvis for some money to Vinny or something? Like trolled him into giving some kind of pictures or a website or something? Y'all all sure, every one of you have the same kind of past and history. Isn't that crazy? Like Rachella, she suicide trolls people with nudes and pretending to be a nurse and a psychic. And then you have Oda over there trolling Elvis to get nudes and suicide troll and humiliate him. Y'all all have a pattern. It's very narcissistic. It's very abusive. Oda? Oda, can you hear me? Oda May? Let me go back over to, I can't. I've got TikTok on my iPad. I'd unblock you and message you to come over here. Come on, Oda. Did you find Alex's legal name at the courthouse, or were y'all trolling me because I was searching that at the time? It's so hazy, Oda. So confusing. Do you know, is it Linda Anderson, Oda, that you were friendly with? I remember you trolling me too at that time. Hello, how are you doing, Claudia? But if you want to follow me on TikTok to try to suicide troll me, Oda, come on over here. Come on in the chat, girl. You don't have to be a sneaky, creepy creeper. A creepy crawler like your friends, Oda. Come on over. Join the party, girl. You're invited. Here's your formal invitation, Oda. Hey, Oda, how are you doing? You never did, Oda. You never trolled me. Aw. Well, thank you for being honest because you're really a sane, honest person. Yeah, nothing you don't, Oda. Okay, good. How are you still on Adderall? Do you take a lot of Adderall, Oda? Do you? Do you take so much Adderall that your jaw clenches sometimes? Okay, Oda. Well, why did you follow me on Twitter? I wasn't talking to you, Google. What? Hey, Google, stop. Oda. Okay, Oda, well, I think you're odd. I think you just followed me on Twitter, and I think you are friends with Linda Anderson, and I think you have done things for her in the past for financial gain. I mean, not Twitter, I'm sorry, TikTok. But I did block you. Are you a child advocate, Oda? Is that what you are? Do you know that Linda got pictures that were sent via text of my baby niece and my, my niece's child and stuff? That's kind of predatory. Wouldn't you agree, Oda, if someone did that? Wouldn't you? I think that's pretty predatory. It's got to be kind of narcissistic and arrogant to think someone had that right to do that to someone, right, Oda? That's what I think, you know. So how have you been? Are you doing good, Oda? How's life? Are you got a job? Are you on disability too? I know that disability's a bitch getting on it, huh? You never been mean to me, Oda? You never were mean to me back in 2022? You didn't like troll me about, cheating or like my boyfriend Alex cheating or none of that? You didn't do that? Well, Oda, I just remember that. I'm pretty sure I remember some of that. But I forgive you, Oda. I sure do. If you did do that, just like with Hazel, I forgive her. But really, on TikTok, I'm not following or like conversing with anyone from YouTube. I'm kind of like separating them. So you're welcome to follow my life and me over here, Oda. But TikTok's just kind of like, my hobby. Like I like to go over there to watch. And well, Hazel, I believe that. I do believe that she is your friend, Oda. Uh, I do. I'm trying to be nice. I'm like trying really hard here, Oda. But back to you being a child advocate. You're a child advocate, right? Wouldn't you think it would be like a horrible thing? Like say Lindy was calling Corey's newborn grandchild semen. Wouldn't you think as a child advocate as yourself, Oda, wouldn't you just think that's a horrible thing to do? Well, Oda, I have been mind fucked on here by so many people. I just automatically am a little bit defensive. And I bet if you were in my situation, you would be a little defensive too. Uh, I'm sorry. These people they are not going to invade my life and try to blackmail me and try to turn me into something I'm not, to try to do whatever. They have done that for 2 years. I am an open book. I treat people the way they treat me. You show me some respect, and I'll show you some respect. Okay, Oda. Well, that's fine, and I hope you are doing well. I just really don't need any friends, Oda. Honestly, I just don't. I have a couple real life friends, and I'm very content with my life, and I'm just not looking for relationships or friendships or anything. I just like to come on YouTube and amuse myself and punish the people that violated my family and my friends' privacy. And that's what I do with my life. And I watch TikTok, Oda, and I watch a bunch of Latin men dance around with no underwear on under their sweatpants and their big old bulges bouncing around. And that's what I do. I love it. There's so much fun things, DIY things, recipes I've got off on TikTok. I really understand why Cool Nicole World was so fascinated with TikTok. It's a wonderful thing. But Howard, what are you doing with your life, Oda? Since we're here together talking, at the 3:53 a.m. Eastern time, how is your life? You doing okay, Oda? I really hope so. I'm sorry for being mean to you in the past. I know you don't probably feel sorry for anything that was done to me or anything, but I'm sorry for being mean. I'm sorry for defending a rape, lying, fugitive, freak, felon, absconder, POS, baby snatcher. I'm sorry for defending her and picking on you. So there's that. So one day when I die, I'll have a clean conscience. But do you think, since you're a child advocate, like I was saying, wouldn't it be horrible if like a grown ass woman was calling like a little newborn baby semen? Wouldn't it be horrible as a child advocate if Boris was talking about Corey having incest with her minor grandsons? Wouldn't that just be just horrible, wouldn't it? As a child advocate, as yourself, I'm sure you would stand up and say, you know what? I'm going to need you to apologize to that and to the children, Jim. Same with you, Jeannie Lynn. Yeah. You gotta love the hypocrisy on YouTube, don't you, Oda? It's if it wasn't so sad. I mean, if it wasn't so sad, it would be funny, yeah. But that disability's a bitch, huh, Oda? You have to fucking have about 9-7. Thank God I've got so many ailments. My mental health, AIDS. I'm over here suffocating with COPD. My back's out. I have like an L5 herniation. Dear Lord. Oda, I don't have my glasses now. I'm smoking this joint and it made my eyes blurry. Hold on. I'm not on with several things. Trust me, I was a victim too, but I don't get involved with the drama very much. I have no idea what you're talking about. If that happened, yes, I don't pay that close attention. Well, it was a long time ago, Oda, and I know people make mistakes. God knows I have made mistakes in my life. Now, I've never called a newborn baby semen, and I have never said that a grandmother was, having incest with her grandboys. But I have done some things I'm ashamed of. But those aren't any that I have ever participated in. So what else? Do you have any tips like on an appeal for the SSI and all that? Because I think it's up to like before they even give you your official review, it's like 238 days or something crazy. I thought they had, I guess that is under 8 months, right? They have to do it with under 8 months. Okay, well, like I said, I'm just really not following or like conversing over on TikTok with anybody. I know I've had all those pirate ship people. Were you friends with the pirate ship ever? I can't remember if you were mod over there or not. But I've had all of them follow me over on the TikTok. You're not on I can't SSDI. Well, that's good. I hope you're working and I hope you feel well and I hope, I really honestly mean that. I have no bad feelings towards you. I have no bad feelings towards many people on here. Like I said, Hazel, I'm sure Hazel's a nice person. We're all a little needy at times. I was like that. I was very needy and thought I needed a man more than anything in this world that would just make me complete. I sure did. But then I took my medication and I got better. With Jin who was the person that originally doxed you? Kat and Brian, that cross-dresser, were the ones that first doxed me. Who was the first person? I believe, look, all kidding aside, I believe Hazel's a nice person. Honestly, she could troll me, whatever. We all, it's whatever. It's whatever. But I've never heard nothing bad about her. I never, I mean, I nobody was happy that she was BFFs with LCD, but I think you were too there, right? I mean, people make stupid decisions in life. But outside of stuff, like I never heard that she did people wrong or she was mean or anything. Pirate doxed you? That old pirate. I remember when the hackers got her and her little saggy boobie and her little nipple was showing and everything. Didn't they say that wasn't her picture? And then they said it was the Swedish hackers. I never paid attention that much. Those hackers, I tell you, they just be trying to see everybody undressed. Some pervert hackers, I tell you what. I remember, and then her mom, wasn't her mom like on some TV show or something? And then like she went on from stream to stream talking shit and they were off. I never got into any of that. I do believe her mother was probably a little mentally unwell at the time and they took that to their advantage and for the situation. But there's some sickos on here. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I've never. I can say, I honestly, I can be an honest person. I'm not like that fugitive felon. I can, be honest. I never heard like, oh, Hazel's mean or she's this or she's that. You know what I mean? I just, So I can forgive people if they treat me like shit. But see, people don't get to invade my life and judge me or the experiences I've had or anything I've went through in my life. People don't get to hack me or see what I do or whatever and then try to use that against me. I would like literally die first. I mean, I don't know. Hey, Google, how many days has it been since August 20th, 2022?
There are 955 days.
We're at 955 days.
2025.
Well, it didn't. I remember when Kat doxed me back when I was drinking back then and all that stupid silliness. Like I was like, I don't. I think this time I was more mortified than last time. But maybe it's because my septic tank was working back the first time. Who knows? But it just, I don't know. When it's a friend or an ex boyfriend or something, it just it hits differently. There's no doubt about it. And when Alex was my boyfriend, Oda, my you know Alex, right? My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend. He kind of would troll me sometimes when I was mean to him or drinking or evidently when he was bored or to appease those weirdos. Uh, but all that time, and I was off my medication. I was taking pills, drinking my White Claws, drinking vodka, doing all that. Once I never, as even when he had that the fart stream where I tried to like got on the floor and I wanted to end my life. I never disparaged his family. No, it was way till after what had happened at my grandma's and all that before I ever even said that. And the only reason I said what I said about his children is because I wanted his name. But he never gave me that respect, and you get what you give in this world. But it was real nice seeing you, Oda. It really truly was. It's like a blast from the past, girly girl. Were you ever friends with Kat? That's one of my biggest regrets. Let me drink some water. My throat's getting dry from this joint. That's one of my biggest. I think me and Kat would have been like the best friends ever. Like back then when she had rent me, it was like in 2016 or something. She had back because you could do through YouTube where you'd have those like private messenger, where you can like it was almost like Twitter. Where you could like private message people within there. I don't know how all that works now, but like she wrote me this long message. And like she was just nice. Kat was kind of like me, like you could get over shit. You know what I mean? But I regret more than anything. But when she sent me that I didn't reciprocate and like try to be a friend with her, I think me and her would have got along really, really good. I think we'd have been a force to been reckoned with. I know, but you got to take Cat was Cat. You got to take people for what they are at face value. You know what I mean? But she wasn't a bad person. You know what I mean? You can be vapid and materialistic, and you can be those things, but you could still be you don't have to be a bad person too. So you just have to like take people for what they are, and there's good, there's bad in everybody. Some people there's just nothing but bad, and that would be my ex friend Jackie slash Jeannie Lynn Ledford Johnson Zoloff Duncan Brown or something. I can't recall right now. It's too late. I defended Thomas. Have I told you ever told this story? If not, Oda, just sit back, pop a Ambien, and just let me talk to you for a minute. Do you know that for many, 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 many years, I defended old Lion Lynn? I defended her family. I defended her. I defended Thomas. I defended all those people for many years. And do you know how she repaid me for that? She suicide trolled me. She let people violate my privacy so she could try to protect her. So she could secure her stolen freedom. She sure did. I hate Ambien. I hate Ambien. Back when I had mental health insurance, I don't have that right now, Oda. But do you know John Thompson? He's going to supply me. He's going to pay a therapist directly. I don't want any money from JT. I sure don't. I just want him for a few years to pay for me a therapist. Uh, but anyway, where was I going with that? high. Anyway, something about John Thompson. No, I wish I. Oh, Ambien. That Ambien. Back when I was seeing that, because I had stopped seeing, because my insurance, even back then through the county. Anyway, it's a long story, because I don't have like Medicaid, and it's Florida. You don't get Medicaid because it's a Republican state. Anyway, it's not like it is in other states. To make a long story short, back when I had that Ambien, I hated it. And then I was like, hey, Mom, you want some of this Ambien or whatever? And then Mom would go in there and cook a feast and everything. She's like, why'd you leave that kitchen all messed up and in there? I was like, I didn't do that shit. You did that, bitch. So I just, but like in 2019, that psychiatrist stopped taking my insurance. So I had to go all off my meds then. And then I talked some, my, like a, the county to at least give me my antidepressants and my Seroquel and stuff. But they wouldn't give me my Klonopin. Anyway, and even now I don't have good mental health care. That's why I'm trying to get on disability. At least then I'll have Medicare and I can go to a psychiatrist and I used to love me some pills, Oda. Let me tell you what, back in the day when it was so easy, like back in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, Florida was like the pill mill capital of the world. You could go into it was Creative Loafing. It was like this little magazine in Tampa. You could go in the back and it was pain clinic. You just walk in there with the cash. You go to 3 different pain clinics in the day. I mean, I was like all about the pills. I was for real about the pills. If Seroquel, I don't have terrible side effects. Seroquel makes me fat and lazy. I think I'm on 400 milligrams of Seroquel XR. I'd have to look. I want to try Abilify or something because I think this makes me fat and it makes me lethargic. I do want to sleep a lot more. Hey Google, turn the floor lamp on. Hey Google, turn the floor lamp on. Well, evidently nothing's working. Kitty cat, don't fuck with my shit. Where's little kitty cat? No, these are, I guess Seroquel has a generic now, Quentapine, whatever is their generic name. They're ER 300 milligram tablets. Get out of there, cuckoo boy. Hey Google, turn the floor lamp off. Ugh. I'm kind of anti-pill. No, I used to love the pills. Back when, after I was going through this bout of depression after I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, Alex, it was really a hard time, and then his friends were suicide trolling me and violating my family. Anyway, I won't get into it right now. But I had got a prescription for some hydrocodones, a 5 milligram, and like I liked it at first. I was like, oh hell yeah. But then it just like, after a few days, it's not that same kind of high, and then you want to take more, and it's like, oh no, I'm not doing that again. It's too much drama. Like I love to take some Adderall here and there, do some deep cleaning, all that, but I wouldn't want to be on Adderall every day either. My nerves are too bad. Suicide trolling, it's a horrible, horrible thing, Oda. You should probably make another TikTok account. Like I know you're fighting for children on one. You should probably fight against suicide trolls. Let me tell you what they are. What they do is they fuck with your head and they try to mind fuck you so that you'll be so psychotic or so depressed. Like with my ex-boyfriend, what he had done to me to suicide troll me, he wanted me to end my life. Oh, my ear's itching. He would trigger me, and he knew I was off my medication, and he knew I was drinking, and he knew I was taking prescription pills, and he would fuck with me and troll me and make me cry and hurt me, and then he'd be nice to me, and I'd be so glad he was being nice to me, and I'd be like, oh, I love you so much, Poppy, blah, 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 and then he'd be mean, and he'd trigger me, and it was just horrible. It was horrible to the point where I just didn't think I could just go on anymore. It's what they do to you, Oda. They try to fuck. It's like, I think what they call it, like, I don't like to use this term gang stalking. I think it's like, it makes you look like a crazy person. But there are people and sick people in internet communities that will band together to try to like make you end your life, to fuck with you in ways, in the shadows, in the, yeah, it's a very horrible thing. But I'm like shining a light on suicide trolling. I plan on devoting the rest of my life exposing people that do that. It's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing at all. You know what's not else nice is to make someone purposely like just fall head over heels in love with you when you could have just been like, yeah, I've got a girlfriend, we could be friends with her, blah blah, and then do that and do that and just oh, it's just I mean, like talk about it. And then like say, I want to spend my birthday with you, JL. And I knew Oda, I knew it was suicide trolling, but I just my heart. So I was like, oh, okay, baby, okay. And then he went live, and I was so upset. And he had this fart music playing in the background, and he was like, guns, gun, David Guns. And I think that's when I snapped. I finally snapped at that moment, Oda. It snapped from reality. I just snapped. I've never been really the same since. I laid on the floor and I just cried. It was like an out. It was like I was looking up above, like looking down on myself. It was that kind of out of body experience. It was traumatic. It was life changing. It changed my life. But that's kind of what suicide trolling is, Oda. Well, Oda, do souls really have a gender? Do they? Um, I think Alex is probably a decent guy. I think he's a little bit arrogant. I think he's a little bit selfish. I think he probably does have a big head in more ways than one, and I'm not talking about below his west. I'm talking about on his head. Um, I don't think he's a bad person. I really don't. I think it was just a horrible situation all the way around. And I wasn't his friend. You know what I mean? I supported him around here for years. Always. Anytime his channel got deleted or I was the first one up there. I was like, hey, some resub Stewie. I was always cool. Didn't DM him, didn't harass him. Wasn't like overly aggressive. I just always supported him. I always defended him. And there was that. And, you know. Just think it was a really bad situation. But you know who I do think is a horrible person? I think Jeannie Lynn Ledford Brown's a horrible person. I don't know if you know this one lady. She lives in Davie, Florida. I think she's a really, really horrible person. And you know what's so funny? She was obsessed with my poo-poo, Oda. Yes, my poo-poo. Uh, it always gives me a chuckle. And then there's this lady, Jeannie Patterson. I do think you know her, JP, because I think you were friendly with Sig. She's a very horrible, demented woman. Very demented. Do you know she trolled me? And I was so heartbroken after being suicide trolled by my ex-boyfriend and my ex-friend. I would lay here in such despair in this bed. I just didn't want to be here anymore. And I was so humiliated. And I didn't have anybody at the time. My friend had trolled me. He had trolled me. And, I'd started talking to my friend, thank God, my real life friend that I've known since, like we were 14, 15, whatever. She helped pull me through this and help get me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I owe her my life. I do owe her my life. There's not a day that goes by. If it would have just been like mom was just as bad as the suicide trolls at that time. If it wouldn't have been for her to help get me back to where I'm at now, I won't think I would be here. I honestly do not think I would be alive. So things work out the way they're supposed to, though, Oda, because I'm like the best I've ever been in my entire life. So now if I can just get my brain fixed, I'm going to be golden. And JT's going to have to figure out, Oda, how to do that. I mean, I can go down there and get a lawyer any day of the week. I just throw $500 down and put the retainer, and we're going to have to. Our lawyers are going to have to discuss how to do this. I can sign something. He can do something saying, I'm not admitting any guilt. I'm not admitting anything. And I can say, hey, I give up my right to ever sue or pursue any legal action. And I'm not, saying the lawyers know how to do all that, and he's going to have to pay for me for 2 to 3 years worth of therapy, good therapy. That's what I want out of this. I don't want his house. I don't want him in prison. But he's going to pay for my therapy for doing that to me. He violated my family's privacy, and he violated my friend's privacy. Suicide trolling me through getting the password through the messenger, what me and my friend were saying, and try to make me look more of a piece of shit than them. That's how much a piece of shit they were, Oda. They had to delve into every aspect of my life to find things to make me look worse than them. What kind of pathetic people do that? Yeah, but see, Oda, they thought I was just like this fat little, loser gay guy with a broken, septic tank and a roof collapsing and no money. They never thought I would stand up for myself. They thought they had me blackmailed over a gun and some EBT. Can you imagine? That's how out of my mind I was, Oda. My roof was caving in, my septic tank was busted, and I was getting food stamps. And they made me ashamed or like I was doing something wrong. My septic tank and my roof was collapsed, all that, and I was getting some food stamps. Can you imagine? What a horrible person I am, right? This is America. No one should go hungry in this country. They sure do, Oda. Everybody can't be a busy bee like me. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go. It's like 4 something. Like I said, I fell asleep earlier, and then I woke up like at 12 something, I think like 12:30. But it was fun. I'm glad I ran into you, Oda. I really am, and no hard feelings or anything. Everybody's on a certain side, a certain team. They have their friends. I get it. I defended a Looney Tune for a long, long time. You know, I really can't bitch too much about other people defending her now, can I? So I get it. I get it, Oda, and I ain't got no hard feelings towards you. And I do wish you the best, and I wish you good health. And there's only a handful of people around here that are gonna, have to tolerate me till, their last breath. But I ain't got no ill will towards you. Yeah, me either, Oda. I don't. That's one thing people can say about me is I'm an easygoing person. Like I get over shit. I can forgive people for shit for the most part. But when it comes to my family, my grandma my grandma for 30 years, Oda, for 30 years, every day she got up and drove like 15 miles from Thanodisassa, Florida. She got on I-75, drove all the way down to Riverview, Florida, got off the exit, went and parked, went in there, and taught kindergarten children. She was a teacher's aide. Why the teacher sat over there at the desk in the corner making $45,000 or $40,000 a year back then. My grandma was teaching them everything and doing all the arts and crafts and lessons and making the lessons plans and all that for half the money. She did that for 30 years. She even worked summer school to make extra money. She bought a home. She did everything she was supposed to do in life, and all she wanted to do was die in her home in peace. And these people like JT and that fugitive felon and all those other cretins, they decided, being the narcissistic, arrogant pieces of shit they are, that they were going to terrorize her, that they were going to call over there and say, me and my... Anyway, what? What do you want, cuckoo boy? What are you crying about? Go then, go back out there. Bye-bye. Anyway, Oda, I just want to ramble. I got stuff to do. Well, I don't mean this in any kind of way, Oda, but I'm not looking for any friends or anything. I have everything I need in life. My YouTube channel is for my amusement and to punish the people that terrorized me and my family. But I don't mind conversing like, this with someone every now and then in a chat, yes, but outside of that, I'm good. But I do not wish you any ill will, Oda. I wish you nothing but the best. And I'll even go a step further, and I apologize. I do apologize for trolling you or making videos exposing you or whatever and all that then, because I was an idiot defending a rape, lying, fugitive freak. I shouldn't have did a lot of things I did to people. So I do genuinely apologize for that to you. And outside of you being a busybody around here, I've really never heard anything bad that you've done to people, or, you haven't like done bad things, like, so. Well, anyway, Oda, but anyway, in all seriousness, you have a good night, whatever. I ain't got no bad feelings. I don't wish you any ill will. So take care, and I hope you're doing good, and stop in anytime. I'll be here. I'm here every single day. Anyway, you have a good one, Oda. Take care. Bye.